All right, let's talk about something huge, an idea that's, baked into our culture, the forever home. It's the big dream, right? But what if it's more of an illusion? Let's get into it.
Because that's really the question at the heart of all this. I mean, could that one thing that's supposed to represent ultimate success and stability actually be a trap? Could it be the very thing holding you back from real financial freedom? So first, let's just acknowledge the dream itself. We all get it. It's this powerful, super emotional goal that, for a lot of us, feels like the top of the mountain. Man, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? A forever home is so much more than four walls and a roof. It's about identity, it's about achievement, it's about having this one permanent spot in a world that feels kind of chaotic. It's like the final boss of adulting. And just look at what it's promising you. Ultimate security. A perfect place for your family to grow. This idea that you'll make one final move and that's it. You're done. You've officially made it. It's a really, really powerful story. But does reality actually line up with that story? So, what happens when this perfect, shiny dream slams into the messy, real world? Well, this is exactly where we start to see some pretty big cracks in that foundation. And here it is, side by side. The promise of a sanctuary often becomes the reality of just constant financial strain. The stability you wanted, it can turn into career inflexibility, locking you into one city, one job market. And my favorite, the one-time cost. Yeah, right. That turns into a never-ending cycle of maintenance and worrying about the market. And you gotta remember, this whole idea, the forever home, it was born in a totally different time. We're talking pensions, 40 years at the same company, that world. Our world now is all about changing careers, side hustles, and crazy economic swings. So you have to ask, is this an old dream that just doesn't fit our modern lives? This brings us to the real financial guts of the argument. It's a concept called the perpetual debt trap, and it sounds intense because, well, it is. Let's break down what that really means. So, perpetual debt, think of it like being on a financial treadmill. You're working so hard, pouring all this money into this one massive asset, your house, that you can't actually save, you can't invest, you can't make any real forward progress. You're just running and running to stay in the exact same place. And get a load of this number, over 40%. For a lot of people chasing this dream, almost half of their income is going to housing. And that's not just the mortgage. That's everything related to the house. There's just not much left for, living. And this is so crucial. We all get obsessed with the mortgage payment, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. You've got property taxes, which, let's be honest, only ever go up. You've got insurance. Then there's the constant upkeep, the water heater that breaks, the roof that leaks. They call it the 1% rule for a reason. And hey, if you're in a community with an HOA, boom, another bill every single month. It is death by 1,000 cuts. Okay, so if the forever home can be a trap, what's the move? What's the alternative? Well, this is where we get to a much more flexible and, honestly, a much more modern way of thinking, the right for now strategy. The big idea here is simple. You just flip the script. Stop searching for the one perfect house you'll die in. Instead, start thinking about homeownership as a journey, with a few really smart, strategic stops along the way. So what does that actually look like? Step 1, you buy a house you can comfortably, and I mean really comfortably afford today, not 5 years from now. Step 2, you live there for 5, maybe 7 years, and you build up that equity. Step 3, you pause and you reevaluate everything. Where's your career? What does your family need? And then, step 4, you use that equity you built as a launch pad, as rocket fuel for your next smart move. And the payoff for thinking this way is huge. It's basically the exact opposite of all the problems we just talked about. Your financial stress goes way down. You're free to move for that amazing job offer across the country. Your house can change as your life changes. But the most important thing is your home stops being a money pit and starts being a tool you use to actually build wealth. And you get to avoid that awful feeling of being house poor. So let's bring it all home. What this is really all about is completely redefining what a dream home even is. It's about shifting from thinking of it as a place to thinking of it as a plan. And this right here, this is the entire takeaway. What if the real dream isn't the house with the picket fence? What if the dream is having the freedom to choose your life without being chained to a giant mortgage and a leaky roof? What if the goal is flexibility and independence? So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. What if your home wasn't the final destination? What if it was the vehicle? A really powerful vehicle to get you where you actually want to go in life? Something to think about. Thanks for hanging out with me.